Guys, check this out, guys. I'm reading it right now. So, Dana White, the domestic violence abuser, he says when he was responding and reacting to Ray Rice punching his then fiance, which ultimately ended his NFL career. So, you guys remember when Ray Rice was punching his fiance and he was on camera? Dana White said, "We've been human beings in letting these other guys, make up for what they've done and come back. There's one thing that you never bounce back from, and that's putting your hands on a woman. Been that way in the UFC since we started here. You don't bounce back from putting your hands on a woman." So, given that he said that, and he did say that in 2014, and obviously it's bad to compare Ray Rice, what he did, to what Dana did. That would be absurd, obviously, because Dana didn't beat her up and punch her. He slapped his wife after she slapped him, so that's the context of it. But indeed, it doesn't matter because he did say, you never put your hands on a woman. So, by virtue of his own words, I'm using his own words here, not even paraphrasing, straight quotations, and he thinks that he should be able to bounce back from this. Remember when there was an interview and he was talking about one of the reporters asked him, what should the repercussions be for what you did on camera, for slapping your wife on New Year's Eve? What should the repercussions? The reporter asks him this. And then Dana just says, what should the repercussions be? You tell me. What should the repercussions be? Like, dude, you're at the head of an organization, like a massive MMA organization. And obviously people in the comment section are going to say, oh, she hit him first. Bro, the girl is like, she's half his size. He grabbed her wrist in the beginning of the video. And we're going to show you guys the video as well in this video. But, man, the fact that people are excusing and defending this guy, even after he said, don't defend me, guys, don't defend me, and his fans are still defending him, that kind of makes me have some kind of like loose grip on reality, because I feel like these people with all this money, they can just avoid accountability for their actions and basically walk away scot-free because nothing has happened to Dana White yet. He hasn't made a donation to a domestic violence charity. He hasn't done anything. Like, he should take some time away from the UFC, go to an anger management class or a domestic violence support class for people that have faced domestic violence in the past. But no, he doubles down and triples down and continues to not take accountability for his actions and says that, oh, what should the repercussions? Like, dude, in what world does the person that committed the crime get to decide what the punishment should be for said crime? And Ariel did touch on this in his video about it on MMA Fighting, when he said that that's never happened in the history of the world. In society, we've never let the perpetrator choose their punishment. And what Dana White says is, oh, my punishment is that I have to walk around for the rest of my life being labeled as a woman beater. It's not just a label is something that accurately describes who you are. When you put a label on a bottle of milk, what do you put on that label? You put milk because it's milk. Now, what should you put on Dana White? What label should you put on Dana White? Woman beater, forever known as a woman beater. And you see, the problem with Dana White is, he's got this brash personality and he has all this money and he's this guy that can't be touched and he has all this power, and that's how Dana White looks like to people. That's the perspective. And when you are a bully, like Dana White has been, you're bullying reporters and you're filtering reporters so that they don't have tough questions to ask you on media days because you don't want there to be tough questions. But that's the thing about reporting and journalism. They're not going to ask you, they're not supposed to be your friends. They're not going to ask you softball questions like, oh, what did you buy for dinner last night? No, dude. They're going to ask you the tough questions that the fans want to know. The fans want to, like, what the fans are asking, what they want to know is what the reporter should be asking. He should be asking the questions that's on everybody's minds in the audience. Everybody's mind in the audience. But guess what, guys? Dana White gets to escape accountability because, well, he's obviously got paid journalists in the room and people that are not even really journalists. Can you consider them journalists if they've been paid off to have an opinion that's very, very positive to the UFC? Because all news is not positive. Not every piece of news that you ever see is going to be positive. When you open up BBC News or any other platform that gives people news, do you see everything positive? Is everything going to be positive? No. But with the UFC, everything has to be positive. Everything has to be sunshine and rainbows. And that's why Dana kicked out Ariel Helwani. And that's why Ariel Helwani will never be able to be in the media room asking questions to Dana, because obviously he's being kicked out. Yeah, that's his image. His reputation is that he's a brash, arrogant dude that doesn't take no for an answer, does whatever he wants, and cheats on his wife. I mean, obviously there's a video out there of his mom saying that he sleeps with hookers and strippers and does whatever he wants. I believe that. I mean, when a man has that much money, he's not going to do things that other people tend to tell him to do. Now, what do you think are going to be the implications of not having any consequences for Dana White? Well, I don't think it's going to hurt the viewership of the UFC. I think maybe some sponsors will leave the UFC. I think he should be suspended for a undefined number of days. I don't know exactly how long that should be. I'm not the arbiter of punishment for Dana White, but he should get a strong punishment, I feel, because it's not a good look, man. It's just not